Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to the walk. Today is Thursday, October 12th, and we're still in Galatians 3. We are up to verse 12 now. I actually counted it out the way I have the information segmented and everything. I think we're going to be doing this all of next week as well. And maybe we'll finish a little bit early, but the plan was, and the guidance from the Holy Spirit, and I'm being obedient to that guidance of the Holy Spirit, which we've been talking about all week, is to dive in very deeply of Galatians 3. So that's where we are. We're up to verse 12, and this is what it says. But the law is not of faith. Rather, the one who does them shall live by them. That's easy to glaze over. So many of these verses are very easy to glaze over, but when we make ourselves stop, think it through, even paraphrase it into our own words, read about what some commentary says about it, really think critically when you're looking at commentary though, because there's some good commentary out there and there's some very bad commentary out there. So you want to be very sure that you're using good resources. Maybe you want to look into one of these words really deeply, but when you're doing a deep Bible study, you don't want to let your brain, which is our human tendency, to just glaze over it. So what does this mean? So the law is not of faith. What does that mean? What it means is you can't be on both sides of the fence here. It's either black or it's white. Either you're trying to earn your righteousness through works and following the law, or you're trying to earn your righteousness because of your faith. Earn is the wrong word. Or you're getting your righteousness because of your faith. If you are choosing to try and earn that righteousness through following the law and those works, you have literally placed yourself in bondage. You are literally tied up in the rules and the regiment and the regulations, and that spirit of religion is ruling over you. And that is a demonic force. We have to be aware of the fact that the spirit of religion is a demonic force. And what Paul is saying here, you can't be saying to yourself, you know what, I'm going to follow the law and I'm going to trust that my faith makes up for the places where I don't get it right on following the law. You can't do that. You're either on one side of the fence or you're on the other. Either you're trying to earn your righteousness and you're going to be stuck in that bondage and never reach that righteousness, or you're on the other side of the fence where you're saved by grace through your faith. That's Ephesians 2, 8 and 9. And you are, I just lost my train of thought. You are saved by grace through your faith. You are under that grace. That righteousness does not come from you or your actions. It comes because you put your faith and trust in Jesus Christ, and you literally are covered with the righteousness of Jesus Christ. I don't know about you, but I would rather not be in that bondage and live under that grace. Then he quotes Leviticus 18:5. And Leviticus 18:5 is another one of those pivotal verses. And it says, the one who does them shall live by them. So either you are ruled by the law, and that's what you're obedient to, or you are ruled and obedient to the Holy Spirit. And because of that, you have that freedom of knowing that that guidance that comes from the Holy Spirit is individualized for you. Now, this verse in Leviticus 18:5 is quoted in other places in the Bible. It is quoted in Nehemiah 9:29 when Nehemiah prays that prayer for Israel. It's also quoted in Ezekiel 20 verses 11, 13, and 21. And Paul quotes it a second time in Romans 10:5. So the fact that this is being used here it's to point out the fact that you don't actually do the law. We understand that we don't, we're not following that law. What we're following is the guidance of the Holy Spirit. And that's part of being covered in that grace. It is part of that blessing. It is not bondage. That obedience is freedom. Have a wonderful day. God bless, and keep walking the walk.